It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Federal government nepotism. Southeast bad governance. Forcing the Igbos to follow Ipob's orders. One is a youth leader. The news in full. Owunswanya FCC Jones is the acting national leader of the One is a Youth Wing, and he speaks with Imoliayo Oyedeyi on how bad governance in the Southeast and Buhari's administration tribal politics killed the confidence and trust of the Igbo people in their political leadership. As a youth leader of the Igbo sociocultural group, what is your take on the political crisis and insecurity in the Southeast? Omosoya replied, I want to say that the Southeast has been peaceful before the last few months when the Eastern Security Network, an armed group, was set up by the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. Therefore, the escalation of violence, killings, and arson in the Southeast should be traced to the establishment of the organization. But like people have pointed out, we must understand that something definitely can come from nothing. There are reasons and actions that brought about what is happening in the Southeast, which is as a result of the bad governance, not just from the federal government, but from the people elected to represent the people of the region, both at the state and the federal level, including the ward and the local government. I believe that if everyone who is elected to represent the people at different levels and capacities does his or her job diligently for the people, the dividends of the good governance will trickle down better to the people than when you expect the federal government to do everything. The fact remains that the present federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari has been very tribalistic and sectional in its appointment of political officers. Seating of projects and ethnic sensibility has been very high. The current administration has not managed our diversity well. So, it is not out of place to say that this has contributed, or it is one of the factors contributing to the violence in the Southeast today. He was asked, aside this, what are the other factors? Another factor, as I have said, is the failure of the members of the political class. It is not just the federal or the state government, like I said, that it has, but it is said that to whom much is given, much is expected. And that is why the people direct their frustration and criticism at the president and state governors, because they are bigger officers in our political arrangement. It is expected that if the head is not correct, other parts of the body will also fall in line. Therefore, if the president has been doing well by managing our diversity, as expected, and working hard to ensure that people have a sense of belonging in the country, such as us, I believe that what is happening now, even if it happens, won't have got to this extent. And if the governors had been effectively using the resources available to them to work for the people, most of the things happening today wouldn't have happened. Also, there is impunity in the system, and the youth are not happy because some of the youth involved in these criminal activities are people who got the right education, but see who do not have much education enjoying better positions and living more comfortable lives because they are opportune to be born by politicians who are connected to members of the political class. There is no job, so unemployment is also a factor. It is not as if these jobs are not available, but most times when they come, they are given to those who are not qualified because of their connection with those in power. Also, the youth are angry because when you look at what is happening today, you will find out that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission that is supposed to fight corruption seems to be the most corrupt agency in Nigeria, because the majority of the ruling class who have been accused of defrauding the country and state are yet working freely, while the EFCC is only quick to apprehend and prosecute people who they accuse of doing yahoo yahoo. Though that is not to show that the act of the people, that the act is good, people will love to see that those in government too are not immune from prosecution if found culpable of same crime. People would like to have a sense of equal justice for all in terms of fairness and see that there are consequences for corruption, abuse of political office, and those who fail in their responsibility to the public. But when it seems that people can do anything and get away with it, and help of foisting their children on the masses to continue from where they stop, people are bound to be very angry. If you watch closely what is happening in the southeast today, you will find out that those behind the criminal activities are not daft or unintelligent. In fact, some of them may have first-class degrees and even educated up to PhD levels, but they do not have jobs because they do not have the right connections. That is why they roam on the streets. Meanwhile, when they approach the ruling class for job assistance, they are made to look stupid. I have been privileged to witness a scenario where a prominent Nigerian politician was telling his cook, a graduate, that he can afford to throw him out of his house because there are PhD holders who will be happy to work with him for just 100,000 naira. That tells you the thinking of the elites. In fact, the majority of the Nigerian political elites are daft. They don't even have the right kind of education. Some of the people they govern had. They just had the opportunity of being elected or being imposed on people, which is why they assume a larger than life status. So these things are some of the things that the anger youth are actually taking into heart and using to behave. And if they are not addressed, the current situation will become worse. More so, issues connected to injustice are also part of the factors. If you should go to the Nigerian prisons today, you will find out that many who are imprisoned are there without knowing why they are there. Many of them have been awaiting trials for a whole lot of years. Now, they would have served up their terms and got out of prison to become better human beings.